see the movie Tron? They have pretty cool outfits, huh? You want to find out how to make one? On a budget? Here's how. Here's what you'll need. Black long sleeve or short sleeve or sleeveless shirt, whatever you want, as long as it's a little tight. You'll need some EL wire. I got it online from eBay. Actually, this stuff is pretty awesome. Ooh, this stuff is pretty awesome. Just imagine what this will look like. Circles and stuff. The cool thing about EL wires actually is that it doesn't heat up or anything. It's just bright. Now I got the cheapest stuff I could find. I got the almost 10-foot strands. I got 2 of them just for the top. I probably need more for the pants, but this is just what I got for now. You'll need some thread, the same color as your shirt, probably black, a needle. You need something to tear little tiny itty bitty holes in it, just enough so the end of your EL wire can go through. After that, you will also need plans. I mean, unless you can go through and do it just, you know, by eye or whatever, it's good for you. Don't care. These are my plans for the front and back. Right now I just have a shirt. I'm going to plan on doing pants sometime soon, but this is good enough for now. First of all, what I did, well, as you can see, I already did decide a whole half of it just to basically see if I could do it before I showed you. Alright, now since I did half of it already, I just basically have to line it up and kind of match up the other side. But what I did was, I found out where I wanted to put it. I don't know if you can see it on here, but I did make a few mistakes. You have to make sure you sew that up, otherwise it'll be a big hole and it'll be really awkward. So what I did was I took this and I found out where exactly I wanted to put it. I'm going to go about right there. So I took this, found a spot close to where I needed it. And I took this little pin that I have. Is that right? Nope, not right. Right there. Perfect. I took it about 2 or 3 threads. Just pulled them off. Now after this, what I did was, I strung it from the inside. Found the hole, and I poked out the wire. Now you're probably wondering, okay, what's with the thread? Aren't you going to sew it in? That actually comes later. I use the thread to secure it all down, otherwise it's all it comes up and hangs up and looks really weird. Okay. After you do that, obviously you thread it back inside. I'm sure you've all seen since you're looking this up, you've probably seen the video of the guy with the wetsuit. Yeah, I saw that one too, and I was like, who's going to have a wetsuit laying around, you know? Who does that? And if you're going to have a wetsuit laying around, why are you going to cut it up? I don't know, that's just weird. But hey, it worked for him. I thought this looked pretty cool. But this is on a budget. I got the shirt at Sports Authority for about $10. It was on sale. It was on the clearance. And I said, yes, that's the one I'm going to buy. I saw the the EL wire, so it's $8.50 a piece on eBay. That's total. So it's $17. Yeah, $17. And I had that shipped here. So I've had this stuff for a little bit. And I know you're probably thinking, well, don't you think it's a little bit soon to be thinking about Halloween? Well, are you one of those guys who does I got this super cool idea, and then you never do it, and then you go to a backup plan, which is actually kind of lame? Yeah, I'm one of those guys too. Another cool thing about eel wire is that you can sort of put a kink in it. You can sort of put a little bend in it, so that way it sticks to where you kind of want it. So now I have it coming in the shirt, out of the shirt, back in, and then back out. And I want it sort of kind of straight so I can get a feel of what I'm doing. So I take it and I put a little, almost kind of fold it, but not too much, because I don't know how much it can take before it doesn't work anymore. Anyways, there it is. Let me show you. So far my eel wire goes up, and it goes under here, and then it goes, because I'm not done. But the back, it's going to look like this. It's going to go in, back up to this loop right here, and it'll go out, or over to the front, up the shoulder, and to the front, as my plans describe. It goes up, and it's going to come out up here. Go here and do this other stuff. Alright, I'm going to finish up the back, and then I'll get back to you in the front. Kind of. Alright, I have the back set up. Now, remember when I talked about this thread being only to secure it down? I lied. Well, you're going to have to secure this down here, or something, to make sure that it goes there. Because basically with the circles, all you are is coming out of one hole, looping around, and then going back in the same hole to make it look like a circle. I think it looks just like a circle. Yeah. So now what you're going to have to do is actually secure it down with maybe, you have to sew a little loops here, attaching it to the shirt. Just little loops, not too many. On this side I have 1, 2, 3, just to make sure it maintains the circular pattern. Now when you're doing shoulders and other joints, like if you want to try the Quora outfit, you gotta make sure you put the circle sort of as like a hip, like it's a swivel, like a ball and socket, like a ball joint, basically. That's what you want it to look like. Now I'm gonna go ahead and secure this, and when you're doing this, when you're done with the back, remember that you do need to secure it up here at the shoulder also, much right there. So that way, when you're done, it's going to hold all of this here, and you'll just be starting from one point. Alright, I've gone so far as I've finished the back. This is what the entire back looks like. Now unfinished. The only thing I did was I sewed these little guys right here, just to make sure it stays in the circle. And I also sewed it up here to make sure it stays up at the shoulder. So now, what I've got to do is I've got to match the front up with the other side. Making one side is easy, matching the other one is not as easy. Now what I have is I have all this extra, and it's coming out, and what it is actually it's coming up to the point where I sewed it up here. So what I'm going to have to do the same thing with the shoulder, to find a spot that's equal and opposite to that. I'm going to have to make the same loopy pattern, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to come down the bottom and go around so that way it can pop back out and easily come down to here to match this guy. Alright, so here is the front of my suit. Looks kind of cool. But then if you get this far, I don't know if you might not do the same design, but you have a whole bunch left over. So what I did, just like in the movie I saw, they have a line coming down the sleeve, which I kind of hooked over so I would take up the slack. So what we got to do is we got to run this up to about here, and then we're going to basically use up the rest of it and try to get as close to here and hook it over as possible. Now what I did was, I didn't show you, was I sewed little things in here to make sure this stays in the shape. Now if you notice, remember in the movie Tron Legacy, they're all kind of futuristic, everybody was super fit and everybody had like perfect physiques and stuff. So you gotta kind of make it look like you got a perfect kind of body, so oh well. Well, that's it so far. I'm gonna finish up the sleeve and I'll show you the finished product. Alright, well it's all done and I have it on. See, we got it all set up. It's kind of a little off, but hey, it's better than nothing. If I've only spent about 30 bucks, I think I did pretty good. Let's see how it looks in the dark. Here it is. I think that's pretty cool. So now, right now I have 2 of these little battery packs. And what I'm going to do is, I'm going to buy a splitter that we only have to use 1. I know it's a little early to start thinking about Halloween, but hey, gotta do it sometime.